A brunette, a redhead, and a blonde walk into a bar. Well, to save some time, each one of them orders their drink with a code word. The brunette walks up to the bartender and says, "Hey, give me an ML." Well, the bartender nods his head and hands out a Miller Lite. Well, following her, the redhead walks up to the bartender and says, "I'd like a BL." Well, he gave her a nod and handed out a Bud Light. Well, last, the blonde walks up to the bartender and says, "Hey, give me a 15." "A 15?" the bartender replies. "What the hell is that?" "Oh, you know," said the blonde. "Well, 7 and 7. Two tall trees, a birch and a beech, were growing in the woods. Well, a small tree begins to grow between them, and the beech says to the birch, "Is that the son of a beech or son of a birch?" Well, the birch says he cannot tell. Just then a woodpecker lands on the sapling, and the birch says, "Hey, woodpecker, you're a tree expert. Can you tell me if that's the son of a beech or the son of a birch?" Well, the woodpecker takes a taste of the small tree and replies back, "It's neither son of a beech or son of a birch. It is, however, the best piece of ash I've ever put my pecker in." A passenger in the back seat of a taxi wanted to ask the driver a question, so he leaned forward and tapped him on the shoulder. Well, the driver screamed and lost control of the cab, nearly hit a bus, and drove up on the curb. Well, after a couple of minutes, everything was silent in the cab. The still shaking driver said, "I'm sorry, but you scared the daylights out of me." Well, the frightened passenger apologized to the driver and said that he didn't realize that a mere tap on the shoulder could scare him so much. Well, the driver replied, "No, I'm sorry. It's really my fault. Today's my first day driving a cab. I've been driving a hearse the last 25 years, and nobody's ever tapped me on the shoulder before." A guy goes into the post office for a job interview. The interviewer asks him, "Are you a veteran by chance?" The guy says, "Why, yes. In fact, I served 2 tours in Vietnam." "Well, good," said the interviewer. "That actually counts in your favor. Do you have any service related disabilities?" Well, the guy says, "In fact, I'm 100% disabled. During a battle, an explosion removed my private parts, so they actually declared me disabled. But it doesn't affect my ability to work." "Well, I'm sorry to hear about the damage, but I do have some good news for you. Can hire you right now. Our working hours are 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can come in about 10 o'clock and we'll get you started." Well, the guy says, "If your working hours are 8 to 4, why do you want me to come in at 10? "Well, here at the post office, we don't really do anything but sit around and scratch our balls for the first 2 hours. Don't really need you in here for that."